Thank you all for coming. And well, this segment is not going to be like the previous one. It's more going to be towards non-engineers. So, any one of you have heard about Chat GPT? I imagine yes, right? So, of course, well, let's wait until. Yeah, we have to wait a bit. Sorry. So, I mean, we've all heard about it, and as you're going to be able to see now, I'm actually still a university student. I'm a fourth year. So, I think one of the industries that ChatGPT has impacted most is education, which is why I've been using it a lot and almost accumulated almost 400 hours because I basically used it since it's released. And well, yeah, fourth year business student at a university. I think you can actually see it from here. And well, I have 400. Actually, I have an AI startup and have Grupo Paraguas, the restaurant chain, as a client. I do workshops at university, and I'm also working at with my university to analyze the impact of ChatGPT on education and things such as some measures to mitigate and harmonize the impact of ChatGPT. Right? I just wanted to explain to you who I was to make sense of this session. Now, what's the structure going to be? I'm going to try to talk about as many things as deep as possible in 15 minutes. I don't really have, it's not really that much time, but I'll try to do my best. So first I'm going to talk about prompting and some custom instructions. Then I'm going to talk about some custom GPTs, the GPT that I created that could be useful. The fact that you can talk to ChatGPT, some quick tips, and of course the conclusion. So, well, here we have the famous interface, right? So if you have to stay with something, if you have to remember something from my session, is that the better quality and the more quantity of information that you put into ChatGPT, the better the output is going to be, okay? So if you're thinking about doing a task, the more in-depth you explain ChatGPT the task and the better quality, that explanation, the better answer you're going to have. It's very simple, but it's something that people do very wrong, especially people that are starting to use ChatGPT, which is why I'm going to show you some tips onto how to prompt better, right? Because prompt engineering is a word, a very complicated word, but it's actually not that hard to, let's say, prompt, right? So let's take, for example, that I have to do an essay. At my university, it's asked me, and I have to do an essay about the Roman Empire, right? So as we can see, ChatGPT doesn't ask about anything. It just does and writes the whole essay, and it makes complete sense. You're asking to make an essay, and it's giving it to you, right? But what happens? There may be some things that I haven't explained myself well, and I have to go more into detail, right? So there's some guidelines that you can follow, right? That are I'm going to show you right here, which is prompt structure, right? Which is if you give this information to ChatGPT, it will understand better. Also, don't worry about the pictures. Later, you can ask me for a document. I can send you the whole information. But if you ask these roles and these questions towards ChatGPT, it will deliver a higher quality question. So when it comes to a role, for example, in this case, I could say that I wanted to ask as a university style writing essay and general description of the task. Well, one by one you can see, right? So I've already written this just for a matter of being brief, and we'll just start a new chat and we'll paste it here. So in this case, we can see that the first option was the role. So here I just explained very simply, professional university essay writer. Very simple, but as I say, you can go much more into depth. Number two was the general description. As I said, I wanted to create an essay about how the Roman Empire fell. Okay, so we already added one thing, more specificity. Okay, so that's of course better. Number three is specific. Okay, being specific is also very important, because if not, ChatGPT will take decisions for you, right? So in this case, I'd say I want you to focus on the south region of the empire, and I want 3 reasons on why it fell. Right, so here is being more specific. The quality of the output is going to increase. Here I've put resources. So if you have the ChatGPT Premium, you will be able to upload documents. So here's a part where you can upload documents, and ChatGPT will know that it has to use these resources to build the essay. In this case, I am not going to put any. I just said use your own knowledge for the sake of people that use the free version. But yeah, also some boundaries could be useful, such as word limits. Here I said the essay should only have 3 segments. And in this case, I gave the option of ChatGPT to only choose the segments. And here, any additional information. Okay. So now if we paste this prompt, we can see that indeed, ChatGPT has followed my instructions, and it's creating these 3 segments on 3 different reasons why the Roman Empire fell, and it's one step closer towards my final output, what I want. Okay, but for me personally, this is not good enough. I require more understanding and more specificity, right? So one step further that you could take is the custom instructions, right? So custom instructions is something that most people don't know. Well, depends on how much you've been using ChatGPT, but it's an option that you can find here bottom left. Oh, actually, not bottom left. You go to, yeah, exactly. You go to your name and you press Customize GPT. So you'll open this tab, and basically what you can write here is some things about yourself, so that you don't have to constantly repeat yourself. For example, if I say I'm a university student, I don't have to always repeat myself, that the quality of the output has to be on university degree level, right? So here, for example, this is what I put and what I have. I basically say I'm a 4th-year business administration student at IE University with a strong inclination towards AI. My engagement with ChatGPT is mostly academic, on tasks like essay writing and creating presentations. However, my interaction with the platform is not only limited to academic tasks, whatever. No. So this way, ChatGPT, in every conversation you have, absolutely every conversation you have, will have this information in mind, so that you don't have to repeat yourself. Okay, and it gives more and more context to ChatGPT. And this other section called "How would you like ChatGPT to respond" is actually very important. And I have some things that I put here. So this first feature I'm going to talk about later. But in this second feature, I say, prior to any task, it's imperative to clearly comprehend the specifics of what I'm asking for. Therefore, please engage in a series of clarification questions to ascertain the task scope, intend the format, key elements, and the other criteria. Basically, what I'm talking about here is that before doing anything, ask me questions. Ask me questions if to see if ChatGPT has understood the thing well, and so that if ChatGPT needs any clarifying questions, I could just give it. And as I said before, the quality of the output is going to be better. And finally, here I say, before executing any task, well, basically here I explain that if ChatGPT needs any more knowledge from the outside, so if I need to upload another document or similar things, it will ask it. No? And imagine the case that I uploaded a document about the Roman Empire, or ChatGPT may ask, do you have another document about this segment, right? So this way, it will get more knowledge. And finally, this is something that I recommend. It's because ChatGPT, usually when it reads documents, it only reads like the first segment, and it creates like conclusions from the rest of the document, so it doesn't really read the whole document. So I like to put this. Now, if we copy these both things, that, as I said before, you will have, I'll share this document with you. If we copy these 2 things, we save, and now we simply copy the same thing that I've said. We create a new chat, and we press paste. As you can see here, it asks me before starting, hey, did I understand this correctly? And for example, it says, you have any specific word count or formatting requirements for the essay, right? This might be something that you didn't think about. So I can just say, I want the whole essay to be approx 300 words. 300 words. So this way, it will create, well, first, it can even do the plan for me. So it does a structure, and then I can simply say proceed, right? And well, here, as you can see, even more structured. This is much better. That as we can see at the beginning, it gives me an introduction. It gives me three segments. So the introduction, the segment, and the conclusion, and it gives me the three reasons why the Roman Empire fell, right? But you can even go one step further, okay? And it's something called the custom GPTs. And it's something that it's fairly new. Maybe some of you know about it, some of you don't. It's only for premium users. So if you go, well, here you can explore custom GPTs, right? So these GPTs are like ChatGPTs designed for specific purposes, okay? So here, for example, if I would press on this GPT is a writing assistant specialized in book creation, okay? Honestly, I really do recommend, if you have the plus version, to explore. Here there's thousands upon thousands of GPTs that might be very useful to you. And yeah, so you could also create these GPTs, okay, for your personal purposes. Here to the top right. For matters of time, I've already created mine. But here is very simple. It's a non-code creation of GPT. Here you simply explain it and you create it. So the GPT that I've created it's called Auto Prompt Engineer. Okay, so it goes one step further from what I said before. As you see there, you just simply press start, and it already asks you for the details that I've asked before. But it has one little twist. Here I simply copy the same text that I've pasted before, and when I paste it, I've instructed this GPT to first go on a planning phase, where first of all it seeks to understand you, right? And as you can see here, it says, here's how I understand the task based on your instructions. As you remember, in the first time I asked ChatGPT to create an essay of the Roman Empire, it just gave it to me. It didn't ask me about anything. Here, you can see that it confirms that it understands everything, right? And so the good thing about this one is that it actually proceeds with the planning phase, right? This way you can, without a whole essay being done, you could start to identify maybe some things that you want to change, or generally, just to see what the content is going to be. Also, for ChatGPT, it's much better for it to previously create the plan so that it can follow it, rather than creating the plan on the moment and writing the essay. Okay, so this custom GPT, I will give it to you later, after. So here is here I can now would press now write the essay, and it would basically just write it for me. And that's it when it comes to the section of prompt engineering. And I'm just going to cancel this. I do also have some things that I've noticed that some people do not know, and it's the fact that ChatGPT in the phone is very useful. And me, for example, sometimes when I'm cooking, right, I ask ChatGPT for a recipe, and I say, hey, listen, the steak is very rare. How much time should I cook the steak each side? No, and I actually use ChatGPT for that a lot. So I'll do a demonstration. I'll just, here's the app of ChatGPT. I know you probably can't see it, but this is both for the free version and for the premium version. So you simply press down here to the right, and you can talk to ChatGPT. So I'm going to explain to you my fridge, and I want you to give me some dinner suggestions based on what I have in my fridge. So my fridge, I have salad, I have tomato, also have chicken, maybe some steak, but it's actually frozen, so I don't know if I can use it. And I have some tacos and things like that. And also I want you to create like a healthy meal. I want it to be brief, and yeah, just make it healthy. And so now it will think about an answer. It will give me an answer very quickly.
What you've got in your fridge, how about making a grilled chicken salad with tomatoes? You could thaw the chicken if it's not already, season it with your favorite spices, grill it, and then slice it up. Toss the chicken slices with fresh salad greens and chopped tomatoes. If you haven't, adding things like avocado, cucumber, or a...
So as you can see, it's very useful, specifically when you need it to use very quickly. And there's also something similar that most people do not know about it, and it's that you can actually talk to like ChatGPT also on the computer. Sometimes it takes lots of time to write, and for example, I'll show you now how to do it. But if I press a button on my computer, you will be able to see that. Well, actually, of course, maybe because of the settings of connecting, it doesn't work. But as you can see, bottom left, you can see that icon. So when I double tap here, when I speak, it's supposed to go into a ChatGPT, but due to the settings of right now, it doesn't work. But I use it actually a lot because it's so much easier to talk to ChatGPT rather than write it. No, and finally, when I go here into ChatGPT 4, as you can see here, if we go, as you can see here, you can see a message that usually you wouldn't get, right? And so this is something that there's actually a plugin that you can download, and it's for those users that have ChatGPT 4. That, as many of you would know, you can only send 40 messages each 3 hours, And for me, that I use it a lot, I actually find it very useful to know how many messages I have left. So there's this plugin that you can download, and it will tell you how many messages you have left until you run out of messages, right? I'll explain it now, and I have it here, all the instructions and everything. So basically, that's it. And yeah, I also do one-to-one ChatGPT courses, specialized courses. And actually, I do also personalized ChatGPT courses for businesses. If you want to scan this QR code to connect with me in LinkedIn, and also if you want to take note of my email, so you can email me and I can send you the document that I created. That's very useful. And yeah, I really hope that this session has been useful to you, and that's it for me. Thank you.